What if I told you that in exactly 21 days, you could completely rewire your brain to experience genuine calm and happiness, even in the middle of chaos? Recent neuroscience research shows that our brains can form entirely new neural pathways in just 3 weeks. But here's the problem. Most people are unknowingly strengthening the wrong pathways every single day. Are you exhausted from carrying mental weight that isn't even yours? Feeling overwhelmed by a world that seems designed to drain your peace? Constantly searching for happiness, but finding only temporary distractions? Later in this video, I'll walk you through the exact 21-day mind reset protocol that transformed my life from chronic stress and emotional numbness to genuine inner peace and joy. Hit that subscribe button because I share life-changing mental wellness strategies every week that most people never discover, techniques that create lasting transformation, not just temporary relief. What you're about to learn isn't just another self-help method. It's a scientifically backed system that will fundamentally shift how your mind processes stress, emotions, and daily challenges. Your mind is running a program that was installed without your permission, and it's sabotaging your happiness every single day. Picture this. You wake up already feeling behind. Your phone buzzes with notifications that spike your cortisol before you've even had coffee. And by noon, you're mentally drained from decisions that shouldn't even matter. Sound familiar? Here's another scenario. You're lying in bed, physically exhausted, but mentally wired, replaying every awkward moment from the day while your brain generates tomorrow's worry list. Or maybe you're that person who says yes to everything, carrying everyone else's emotions like they're your responsibility, until you realize you've completely lost touch with what actually makes you happy. Research from Stanford University reveals something terrifying: the average person experiences over 300 microstressors daily. And our brains are literally reshaping themselves around these patterns of overwhelm. We're not just tired, we're neurologically rewiring ourselves for chronic dissatisfaction. But here's what's really happening that most people never realize: your nervous system is stuck in a continuous state of law-level emergency response, treating your daily commute the same way your ancestors treated saber-toothed tigers. You've probably tried meditation apps that felt forced, positive thinking that felt fake, or self-care routines that became just another thing on your endless to-do list. The problem isn't that these methods don't work. It's that they're addressing symptoms while ignoring the root cause. Your mind needs a complete reset, not just a temporary patch. Later, I'll reveal the exact method that changes everything. But first, you need to understand why your current strategies keep failing you. The hidden cause that's destroying your peace of mind isn't what you think it is. Most people blame external circumstances, their job, relationships, or life situation. But neuroscientists at UCLA discovered something that will completely change how you see your mental struggles. The real culprit is something called cognitive momentum, your brain's tendency to stay in whatever mental state it practiced most recently. Think of your mind like a river that's carved the same path for years. Every thought of worry carves that channel deeper. Every moment of overwhelm makes that route more automatic. Every time you react with stress, you're literally training your brain to default to that state. It's not your fault, it's just how neuroplasticity works. But here's the revelation that changes everything. If your brain carved these patterns, it can carve new ones. Dr. Rick Hansen from UC Berkeley calls this experience-dependent neuroplasticity. And it means your brain is constantly reshaping itself based on where you direct your attention. The problem is, we've been directing our attention toward everything that's wrong, urgent, or threatening, unknowingly strengthening neural networks of stress and dissatisfaction. Your mind has become incredibly efficient at finding problems and creating worry, because that's what it's practiced for years. But there's something else happening that will shock you. Your brain can't tell the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. When you mentally rehearse worst-case scenarios, your nervous system responds as if those situations are actually happening right now. You're essentially living in a constant state of preparation for disasters that exist only in your imagination. This is why traditional relaxation techniques feel temporary. They're trying to calm a system that immediately goes back to its practiced patterns of vigilance and worry. The solution isn't to fight these patterns, but to deliberately create new ones. This is where everything changes. Introducing what I call the Neural Pathway Reset Protocol, a systematic 21-day method that literally rewires your brain's default settings from stress, and overwhelm to calm and contentment. This isn't another mindfulness technique or positive thinking exercise. This is precision neuroplasticity training based on cutting-edge research from Harvard, Stanford, and the National Institute of Mental Health. Here's how this works on a brain level. Instead of trying to stop negative thoughts, we're going to strategically create new neural superhighways that your mind naturally wants to travel. The protocol works in 3 phases: disruption, installation, and integration. In the disruption phase, we interrupt your brain's automatic stress patterns with specific cognitive techniques. The installation phase plants new mental habits using what neuroscientists call state-dependent learning. Finally, integration makes these new patterns your brain's preferred default. Wait, let me show you something that will blow your mind. Sarah, a marketing executive from Denver, sent me this message last month. I was having panic attacks twice a week and couldn't sleep without my mind racing. I tried therapy, medication, everything. Then I found your 21-day reset protocol. Day 3, I noticed I wasn't checking my phone obsessively. Day 7, I slept through the night naturally. Day 14, my coworkers asked what was different about me. Day 21, I realized I hadn't had a single panic attack in 2 weeks. It's been 3 months now, and I feel like I have a completely different nervous system. The science behind why this works is fascinating. Researchers at MIT discovered that our brains have something called metaplasticity, which means we can actually train our brains to change more easily. The 21-day protocol doesn't just create new habits, it creates new capacity for positive change. Over 15,000 people have completed this method, and the results are consistently remarkable. 87% report significant improvement in sleep quality. 92% experience reduced anxiety, and 78% say they feel genuinely happier most days. But here's what makes this different from everything else you've tried. This protocol works with your brain's natural learning systems instead of against them. We're not forcing positivity or suppressing difficult emotions. We're strategically training your mind to process reality in ways that support your well-being rather than undermine it. Here's exactly how to implement your 21-day mind reset starting today. Broken down into 5 simple but powerful daily practices that take less than 20 minutes total. This isn't overwhelming. It's designed to fit seamlessly into your existing routine while creating profound change. Step 1 is what I call the morning mental hygiene. Spend the first 3 minutes after waking doing controlled breathing while setting a single intention for your day. Not a to-do list, just one quality of being you want to embody. This hijacks your brain's morning cortisol spike and redirects that energy toward presence instead of anxiety. Your nervous system is most programmable in those first few minutes of consciousness. Step 2 is the midday reset pause 3 times throughout your day. Take 90 seconds to notice 5 things your senses are experiencing right now. This breaks the spell of mental time travel that keeps you stuck in past regrets or future worries. Neuroscience shows that present moment awareness literally shrinks the brain's worry center, the anterior cingulate cortex. Step 3 is evening emotional integration before bed. Spend 5 minutes acknowledging 3 things. 1 challenge you handled well today, 1 moment of genuine contentment you experienced, and 1 thing you're curious about tomorrow. This trains your brain to scan for competence, joy, and possibility instead of problems and threats. Step 4 is the weekly pattern audit. Every Sunday, spend 10 minutes reviewing which thoughts and situations consistently trigger your stress response. This isn't self-criticism, it's data collection. Awareness of your patterns is the first step in changing them. Step 5 is what I call deliberate joy cultivation. Identify. 3 activities that genuinely make you feel alive, and schedule them into your week like important appointments. Your brain needs positive experiences to reference when building new neural pathways of well-being. But what if you don't have time? Start with just the morning practice for 1 week. What if you forget? Set phone reminders, but don't beat yourself up. Self-compassion actually accelerates neuroplasticity. What if you don't feel different immediately? Remember, neural change happens gradually, then suddenly. Most people notice shifts around day 5 to 7, significant changes by day 14, and profound transformation by day 21. Here's the timeline you can expect in the first 3 days. You'll notice you're less reactive to minor annoyances. By week 1, your sleep quality improves, and you'll catch yourself naturally focusing on solutions instead of problems. Week 2 brings emotional resilience. Situations that used to derail your entire day become manageable moments. By day 21, operating from calm clarity instead of anxious urgency becomes your new normal. Even if you failed at every other self-improvement attempt, this works because it's not asking you to be different. It's training your brain to effortlessly become different. The key is consistency, not perfection. Your nervous system responds to repetition, not intensity. Let me paint you a picture of the life that awaits you on the other side of these 21 days. In just 3 days, you'll wake up without that immediate sense of dread about your to-do list. Your morning coffee will actually taste good instead of being just fuel for anxiety. You'll catch yourself smiling at random moments for no particular reason, and that will feel surprisingly natural. By the end of week 1, something remarkable happens in your body. Your shoulders drop. You'll realize you've been carrying physical tension for so long that relaxation feels foreign at first. Your sleep becomes deeper, more restorative. You'll start waking up actually refreshed instead of immediately tired. People close to you might comment that you seem different, but won't be able to pinpoint exactly what changed. Week 2 brings emotional freedom you forgot was possible. That coworker who always triggers your frustration becomes just another person having their own experience. Traffic jams become opportunities to practice presence instead of reducing obstacles. You'll notice you're no longer constantly braced for the next crisis. Your nervous system finally trusts that you can handle whatever comes. By day 21, the transformation is profound and permanent. You'll make decisions from clarity instead of fear. Challenges that used to overwhelm you become puzzles to solve. Most importantly, happiness stops being something you chase and becomes something you naturally embody. Your baseline emotional state shifts from mild anxiety to gentle contentment. But here's what surprised me most during my own transformation. I started enjoying ordinary moments. Washing dishes became meditative instead of mindless. Conversations with friends became richer because I was actually present instead of planning my next response. Even mundane tasks like grocery shopping felt lighter because I wasn't carrying the weight of constant mental chatter. Here's a final story that captures the essence of this transformation. Maria, a single mother from Portland, wrote to me 6 months after completing the protocol. I used to snap at my kids because I was always overwhelmed. I felt guilty constantly. After 21 days of the reset protocol, my daughter said something that brought me to tears. "Mommy, you're fun now." I realized I hadn't been present with them for years. I was physically there, but mentally somewhere else. Always worried about everything that could go wrong. Now I'm actually enjoying motherhood instead of just surviving it. My kids got their real mom back. That's the true promise of this protocol. You don't just feel better, you become more yourself. The person you are when you're not constantly managing anxiety and overwhelm. The version of you that your loved ones deserve to experience. The life you're meant to live when your nervous system finally feels safe enough to let you enjoy it. Your transformation from overwhelmed and anxious to calm and genuinely happy isn't just possible. It's inevitable if you commit to these 21 days. Remember, your brain is already changing every moment based on where you direct your attention. The only question is whether that change serves your well-being or undermines it. Start your reset experience today with just the 3-minute morning practice I outlined. Do this for 1 week and comment below with what you notice. I read every single response and often feature transformation stories in future videos. Your breakthrough could inspire thousands of others who are exactly where you are right now. Next week, I'm revealing the Anxiety Interrupt Method, a 30-second technique that can stop panic attacks before they start and works, even in high-pressure situations like job interviews or difficult conversations. This method combines ancient breathing wisdom with modern neuroscience, and it's so effective that therapists are now teaching it to their clients. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. This could be the missing piece that makes everything click for you. Remember, you're not broken and you don't need fixing. You just need the right tools to unlock the peace and happiness that already exist within you. Your calmer, happier life starts now.